This is a training video for SpatialXL showing how to work with a data grid in SpatialXL in Excel. It is part of the SpatialXL 3D Foundation course. In earlier videos, I've been working with this block model here, which could be a file in any three-dimensional format. The grid work is also applicable to 2 dimensions. So we've already moved some of the data to Excel, so this is one way to work with our data, but we also have a data grid, which will represent the data in a grid, which has some other functionality. So if I right-click and say View Data, I basically get a grid that comes up of all my data that exists in this particular block model. So like I said, this could be any data, doesn't have to be a block model, doesn't even have to be three-dimensional. So just to show you some features of the grid, first of all I can do some filters. So on inferred, let's just do a count of all my records. See, there's a total of 33,856 records, and if I filter on inferred, about 2,000 records that has been removed. So you can do filters here by literally typing in any particular criteria and it will immediately apply a filter to the data. What you could also do is some grouping. So let's do a grouping by rock type, and now you can see here, let's do counts for these. There's all the groupings in every different type of rock type that we get in this block model. I can also do a further, more advanced filter. So on density, I'll start off with 2 and then just say edit filter. So let's say density is greater than 2 instead of equals. And you can immediately see a lot of records are now filtered away, and they are still grouped within these groupings as well. I can also do another grouping underneath rock type. So I will take the field of category and we'll do another grouping. So now, first of all, it's broken down to rock types, and then every category thereafter that's represented is also broken down. We can also do, instead of sums, we can do averages. So let's see the average gold values for all of these different rock types and categories, and the same thing with the total. I'm just going to move this value a little bit forward and do another count over here. So you can see there's only 6 records in this particular category, and we can now also zoom to them in our map by right-clicking after you've selected them all and saying zoom selected, and then selecting graphics. And if we just pull back a little bit here and rotate, you can see the exact records that we have selected that is in this criteria of our grid. This can also be copied out and pasted in Excel if you want to do more work with it as well. Anything that you've also selected, you can see under selection in the show selected, and here you can get things like the volume of these blocks and area and length calculations, which are automatically worked out for every selected item. This can also now be selected in Excel, because in a previous video I showed how to put your data in Excel, and those are the exact blocks that I've selected. So that is a explanation of how to work with data grids, which can be very beneficial in SpatialXL. And just one other note on it, if your data is very disparate, if it's over many different areas, this block model is not really over a big area, but sometimes if you've got a wrong projection or there might be some error in your data, it might be over a very big area and you might not be able to find it very easily. You can also go into your grid and just go to your first item that's loaded and zoom to that item, and that'll bring your data into view if your data has been loaded in the grid. So it's a little bit of a trick to find data when you are playing with projections or things that might make your data not appear. That's the end of this training video. Thank you very much.